When he opened the seventh seal, there was silence in heaven for about half an hour. The heavenly hosts stood in awe, knowing that a great devastation was about to unfold. The Earth was on the precipice of a World War III nuclear war catastrophe, with 30 minutes on the clock. Then another angel, having a golden censer, came and stood at the altar. He was given much incense to offer, along with the prayers of all the saints, upon the golden altar before the throne. And the smoke of the incense, with the prayers of the saints, ascended before God from the angel's hand. Then the angel took the censer, filled it with fire from the altar, and threw it to the earth. A massive earthquake shook the earth, triggering tsunamis and devastating coastal nations. So the seven angels who had the seven trumpets prepared themselves to sound the nuclear catastrophe. The first angel sounded, and hail and fire followed, mingled with blood. They were hurled upon the earth. A third of the trees were burned, and all green grass turned to ash. The nuclear attack was initiated, a sign of the rapid devastation caused by the first wave of nuclear warfare. The hail and fire were a result of the atmospheric shifts caused by the explosions, and the blood symbolized the lives lost in the wake of the firestorms. The second angel sounded, and a great mountain, burning with nuclear fire, was thrown into the sea. A third of the sea turned to blood, and a third of the sea creatures perished, while a third of the ships were destroyed in the wake of naval nuclear warfare. The nuclear explosions devastated the naval fleets, and the waters were tainted with the blood of those who perished, as the sea became a grave for the fallen. The third angel sounded, and a great nuclear star, burning like a torch, fell from the sky. Its purpose was to strike freshwater sources, sending radioactive contamination into the rivers and springs below. The name of the nuclear weapon was wormwood. A third of the Earth's freshwater systems became radioactive, bitter, and undrinkable. Entire populations perished from the poisoned waters as radiation from nuclear weapons spread across the Earth, turning life-giving resources into toxic wastelands. The fourth angel sounded, and a third of the sun, moon, and stars were struck. The sky darkened, and the earth was covered in ash from the nuclear fires. Day became night, and night became an eternal void, as the very heavens were struck. The celestial bodies were obscured, and the earth plunged into a permanent twilight, as the fallout from the nuclear conflict blocked out the light of day. And I looked, and I heard an eagle flying through the midst of heaven, saying with a loud voice, "Woe, woe, woe to the inhabitants of the earth, because of the remaining blasts of the trumpet of the three angels who are about to sound." The final warnings have sounded. The nations of the earth are poised for the ultimate battle. War will rage as mankind fights for world dominance, bringing forth suffering and devastation unlike anything the earth has ever seen. Let this be a warning. The time is near, and the earth will never be the same.